I've just replaced the brake pads on my bike, and it's not a great idea for me to just drop into this really long, steep trail because they don't often work very well from brand new. So these are a few tips to bed in your brakes. Brand new brake pads have this initial layer that's really smooth and it doesn't produce much friction onto that disc brake. So what we're trying to do is trying to scrub off that initial layer, not too much, obviously you don't want to wear out your brake pads, but just get rid of that and get those brake pads working really well. If I was to drop into this really long downhill where I'm dragging my brakes an awful lot, it's going to build up a lot of heat in these brakes and that can glaze those pads over, meaning that they're never going to get friction onto that disc. The first method is to get up to a bit of speed and really grab on the brakes nice and powerfully, just to try and scrub off that initial layer of the brake pads. Like I said before, you don't want to just go into really long downhill and just drag them because that will build up too much heat in them. However, what I find is the most effective way is just to douse some water right through that caliper onto the brake pads and do the same thing, just roll down, grab on, and do that a few times, so 2 or 3 times, douse them with water, and that really works. Just make sure you're using pure water. I wouldn't do it if you've got energy drink or anything like that. Another option if you don't have your own water is just to find a muddy puddle. Don't worry about getting mud onto the disc, it'll be absolutely fine. Just again, make sure there's nothing in that puddle like oil or petrol or anything like that. If you have glazed over your disc brake pads, you're going to have to remove them and you'll probably see as a really shiny surface, and what you need to do is get them into the workshop and just file that off a little bit with a clean file. Make sure you don't get any oil or anything else onto those pads. So I realise this is a short video, but it's something that every mountain biker should know. And you might find that initially it feels worse, but keep going, 2 or 3 goes with water and it should feel better. If it doesn't work at all, it could mean that your disc brakes are contaminated. So that's a whole nother video. And remember, do this at the top, not at the bottom of the hill where your disc will be red hot. If you want to see some more videos about disc brakes, click up there for how to bleed your brakes and click down there for how to shorten your disc brake hoses. Click on the GMBN logo to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you found this video useful.